हेलो क्वेश्चन,
हेलो,
आवाज आ रही है?
बहुत कम आ रहा है।
अभी आ रही है आवाज क्वेश्चन?
अभी बहुत कम आ रहे हैं।
अभी आ रही है क्वेश्चन? क्वेश्चन अभी आ रही है
हाँ,
आवाज?
थोड़ी ज्यादा भाई। हाँ,
कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गया तो बता देना।
All the questions you have. Only three. All that is there. What do you read? Go back. How many questions you read? This guy. Great. Show me your answers. Yes, Three pages. What big answers? Huh? So the 21 time. Kaushal, have you done the homework?
Sir, I was not present. I was not present last class because from the sir जब last 20 minutes का क्लास था तब ये घर पे वो चला गया था लाइट और मेरे पास यूटी का बुक भी अभी तक नहीं आया वो वाला कोरियर अभी तक रिसीव नहीं हुआ
Download कर लो copy. Next time you have to show me, otherwise I'll remove you
Yes,
from the
sir.
class.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
Okay. Homework is the first. Today we are studying with a new topic, chemical form. This topic is over. Already we have if there is doubt that there we can ask. Chemical form. This will shortest topic in like here. We will start with this chemical bonding.
सर आपका वॉइस क्लियर नहीं है
Now,
अटक रहा है सर
right, clear है अभी?
नहीं सर अटक रहा है वॉइस
अटक रहा है?
हाँ सर
वहाँ पे देखो क्या होता है। Now listen carefully. Okay. Chemical bonding. This chemical bonding. First of all, what is the meaning of chemical bond? A chemical bond is basically a force of attraction. Okay. What is the force of attraction between what and what? Between two atoms in a molecule. Okay. Normally we hold the two atoms together. Now this particular marker is one single tight piece. What it indicates that there is some kind of chemical bond. There is some kind of force of attraction. Because if I want to break this, I have to supply energy. If I have to supply energy, then there is some kind of forces which are actually what are opposing me to break this bond, this particular bond. I mean, there are two kind of forces: driving force and opposing force. You want to actually what, for example, you want to do something. I want to let's say, for example, you say I want to join some singing class or something. Here, immediately opposite. You are in 10th standard. No singing class. No, for example, karate, taekwondo. Why? Because not for study. So opposing forces. Your greatest opposition is what? Not teachers, not students, not friends, but examination. Not parents. Examination. Here, moment examination schedule is announced, that fear is developed in your mind. There is exam after 1 week. Unit test, monthly test, bi-monthly test, bi-weekly. So you get a fear. There is an opposition. This opposition is always, for example, opposing the driving force. That means whenever you want to break this, there is some opposition which is preventing you to break. That means there are some kind of forces of attraction which are preventing the breaking of this substance. Here, so for that means, in other words, there is a force of attraction. And this force of attraction, what is the reason for this force of attraction? Okay, it's just leading to what? There are two causes of this particular bond formation. One is stability. Now, stability are actually what are the two aspects. Stability has two aspects. One is in terms of theoretical concept. Okay, having 8 electrons in the outer motion, just like the noble gases. Yes. Now, noble gases are stable because they have 8 electrons, exception helium. Just got 2 electrons. Those elements which are actually what points out close to helium, they will form a plate. But all other elements, for example, the nearest noble gas configuration, that is neon, argon, xenon. Here, Likewise, this 8 electrons means stability, but stability has got one more aspect. What is that? Minimum potential energy. By having this particular bond formation, the molecule, the atoms, they attain what? They acquire a minimum potential energy. And this minimum potential energy leads to what? Higher stability. In other words, for example, if you just, what is the meaning of this minimum potential energy? Suppose there is a small hill, okay, and you have parked your, for example, car over here. You have applied the brakes, okay, over here, and then you find, for example, after parking and applying the brakes over here, okay, you come down and you look at the car from here. When you look at the car, okay, you find it, I mean, it's experiencing, or you are finding it must be experiencing a high instability. Why? Because in case if some kind of, for example, brakes are, let us say, for example, the brakes actually get dismantled, then the car may roll down. And it might create problem, okay, for you as well as the car, because it's a brand new car. It's actually what? So here the potential energy of the car is very high. And due to this potential energy which is very high, now suppose you release the brake, automatically the car will roll down and then stand over here, or it will actually what slowly, and you will find the car stands over here. And after this, there's no instability. That means this potential energy was high over here. So that means atoms, what they do, they tend to convert into what? Molecules, because to acquire lower potential energy. Because by doing this, what is happening over there? They build up that attraction, and that attraction leads to what? Release of energy. And that release of energy makes them stable. So there are two aspects of this. For example, due to attraction, energy comes down, and when attraction brings about the energy comes down, that means minimum energy. In between, is suppose you hold the car over here, it's not minimum energy. Here, minimum energy. The difference we always consider the final value, or final value destination. The difference of those reaches to okay. So what is important over here? So there are two causes of stability, or there are two causes of bond formation. One is 8 electrons in the outer motion, a theoretical aspect, and this is a practical aspect, that minimum potential. Okay. So whenever a person is stable, when he's not having that angle, when he's talking to you, for example, in a very mild manner, okay, that means that entity is stable over there. But when he actually when he or she is actually in the state of, for example, higher energy, that time you should not open your mouth. Why? Because the stability is very much low over there. So likewise, whenever the atoms are unstable, you allow them to form bonds, and finally, after forming bonds, they are stable. Now, what are the important aspects of bond formation? The first important aspect of bond formation is what? There are various bond formation theories. So first bond formation theory was what? Given by, in fact, was given by only, which is full basic theory, which is called as what? Lewis theory. What is Lewis theory? Lewis theory is also called as octet theory. Okay, what according to Lewis theory, what he suggested, along with him, Poisson also was there. Lewis Poisson theory also is what? Okay, in 1916, these two people, what they did, they said that during the bond formation, of a chemical bond, atoms, what they do, those which are not having 8 electrons, they will either tend to lose, okay, or gain, or share electrons. When they lose or gain, then we can have, for example, if one is losing, other is gaining, then we can have one type of bond which is called as ionic or electromagnetic. But if one is sharing, other is also sharing electrons, it's called covalent bond. Okay? So mutual sharing, and for example, losing and gaining, they will have how many electrons in the outermost shell? 8. Likewise, mutual sharing, they will try to acquire 8 electrons most of the time, except you believe. So here, on the basis of this process, we can have two main types of bonds, and one special type of bond, which is a combination of ionic and covalent. Okay, is called as coordinate covalent bond, which does not come into, for example, octet theory, which is the limitation of octet theory, which is called coordinate covalent bond. Okay, so here, but that means in this chapter there are 3 types of bonds. Clear? But before we understand this, Lewis, they came up with the symbols of various elements. They said the electrons which are there in the outer motion, they can only participate in the bond formation. Okay, and therefore they came up with this concept of Lewis symbol. What is Lewis symbol over here? Lewis symbol means the symbol of an element. Okay, we like the symbol of an element, like suppose hydrogen. Okay, and its valence electron in the form of either cross or dot. जितने valence electron उसको dot form में या cross form में लिखना है, symbol लिखना है, and how many valence electrons are there? It's represented in the form of what? Dot or cross. So likewise, lithium, sorry, hydrogen 1. The next element, helium, which has got 2 electrons. So either you can show 2 crosses over there, or lithium has got 2, 1. So it has got one particular electron in the outermost shell, which is going to take part in the bond formation. Then beryllium has got 2 electrons. Okay, boron has got 3 electrons. Carbon has got 4. Now these carbon atoms, when you are actually having 4, after that, when they reach to the midway, because 8 का midway क्या है 4. So after that, nitrogen जब आएगा, तो आपको east, west, north, south चारों जगह पे एक इलेक्ट्रॉन लिखता है. And the 5th electron, any one side you pair up. That is the pairing stance. Okay, this is called pair of electrons. So there are 2 kinds of electrons. The one pair of electrons is there, that is called lone pair. The ones which are having a pair of electrons, they are called as bonding electrons. That means they will take part in the bond formation. Remember, so bonding electrons and the lone pairs. Lone pairs will not participate in the bond formation unless a relative is required for higher molecules. So nitrogen may have 3 bonding pairs of valence. Nitrogen will be 3. Then oxygen will come east, west, north, south. चारों जगह पे एक electron डालो. Then any side you can put, for example, 1 electron pairing. So your valence of oxygen is 2. This is electron dot structure for oxygen. Then fluorine का देखो, fluorine का क्या है? East, west, north, south, suppose. And then what? What about neon? Neon will not participate in the bond formation. Why? Because all of the electrons are completely paired. It is complete. Okay. Then sodium. Again, sodium comes having the electronic configuration of what? Lithium. In a repetition. Lithium, sodium. उसके बाद magnesium देखो. Magnesium same way. Sodium. Aluminium, which is just below boron, the periodic table. उसके बाद 3 electrons. Silicon, जिसके पास 4 electrons है. We can show, for example, east, west, north, south. Then phosphorus, again same way as nitrogen is showing. Okay, east, west, north, south, suppose, and then what's one pair. So phosphorus also has got a balancing 3 as well as 5. When it will use 5, that we will see later on the higher standard. But at this moment, 3 electrons. Sulfur. Sulfur का कितने electrons? 6. That is what? For example, any side you can put there. So if somebody asks you how many pairs of electrons are there, lone pairs, 2 lone pairs in sulfur, it's bonded pairs, or it's unpaired electrons. It's unpaired. Now you will say that what is the requirement of these Lewis symbols so that we can show the electron dot structure for these molecules. So the first bond which is there, which is called ionic bond, okay, उसको हम लोग ऐसे explain कर सकते हैं. For example, here before that, chlorine, if you see, chlorine has got 287 electronic configuration. So here 287 को कैसे हम लोग क्या show करेंगे? This is 6 or 7, 1 unpaired electron. Now suppose sodium chloride, if I want to express the formation of ionic bond, so one element should be what? For example, have very few valence electrons, another should have many electrons. Yes or no? Okay. Now, what is important over here? Now, here, so formation of sodium chloride. So, what are the conditions for the formation of an ionic bond? First of all, what is ionic bond basically? Formation of ionic bond. Ionic bond is basically a force of attraction between 2 oppositely charged ions. If positive ion or if negative ion will reach by एक attraction over. If like force repel, unlike force attract. Positive ion attracts negative. Okay, negative ion attracts. But how do you account for the positive ion? Sodium will lose 1 electron and become sodium ion, and Cl will gain 1 electron and become Cl minus. So here, sodium, what it does, it has got 1 electron in the outermost shell. It approaches chlorine, which has got 7 electrons in the outermost shell. Clear? And this chlorine, what it does, it takes that particular 1 electron from sodium. Sodium becomes what? Positively charged. Okay, and its octet is complete 2,8. Here 2,8, yes or no? And here 2,8,7. Okay, and here what is happening over here? This chlorine has got only 7 electrons. It is just on the verge of stability. It takes that 1 electron. If I show the bonds over here, then this is nothing but what? Negatively charged. And therefore there is a force of attraction between what? Sodium and chlorine. This kind of force is called electrostatic forces, where the forces are actually between positively and negatively charged ions, which results in the bond formation. So what this condition for ionic bond is what? One should have very few electrons, another should have what? Many electrons. Means one should have number 1, 2, or 3 valence electrons, other should have 5, 6, or 7. Okay. Second is that one should have, for example, low ionization enthalpy, low ionization energy, another should have what? High electron affinity. If one is giving you, for example, some, let's say your friend is actually what? He is very much desperate to give you, for example, the food or the tiffin box which he has just he or she has taken, and he wants to taste, okay, a quick bite or give you a small bite out of it. And when he is readily giving, you're readily accepting that bond formation is very strong. But if you're not readily accepting, he or she will never come again. Why? Because this particular entity has got this nature of giving something very readily without thinking whom I'm giving, okay, or in what way I'm giving, but tendency of giving, tendency is very high, and others should accept or respect that and try to take it, even if it doesn't wish, okay, and then maybe even if it doesn't want to eat, no problem, but little piece of that particular material you should take. Why? It's about bond formation. It's a question of what? Bond formation. So one should have a very low ionization enthalpy, because both are participative. One is participative in terms of gaining, and other is participative in terms of what losing. Because next time he or she will always anticipate, whatever I offer, he or she will have. So next time he always will be actually what? For example, coming towards you only first. Why? Because you are ready accepting. Okay? And you will go to, for example, that other person. Why? Because he is ready to offer. Suppose you don't bring your tiffin box. And finally what? When you are hungry, you immediately go to that person, and that particular person only strikes your mind. Okay, even if he wants to remain, why? Because he doesn't mind remaining for a empty stomach, but he's believing in giving, and that giving tendency is always very very strong. That's why sodium chloride has become a very famous compound. So sodium readily gives, chlorine readily accepts. Sodium has got only 1 electron, chlorine has got 7 electrons. Just like that story, okay, about some 40 or 50 years back. Okay, 2 children studying in a village school here, and then here, I think so. I've told this particular story somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? What is this? That 2 intelligent students, what they did, okay, they get, for example, a kind of notification from the school, the village school. This is 40 to 50 years back story. Okay, that their fees is pending, and here. These boys, they are highly intelligent. That time internet and all those things were not there. That sir, we can understand this topic from the YouTube. As of today, you can do it. But that time YouTube and all those, good books were not there. In fact, teacher was himself acting as an internet as well as a reference book. So they used to always attend the lecture continuously and that too village. Village, there was no accessibility of TV and other things. Okay, or maybe for example, Shala type of .com. Okay, now what is important over here? So they came out and they got a notification or message from school that I don't know to pay the fees. They just were sitting over here wondering what to do. He's like, for example, the fees of this particular school was 8 rupees that time. Okay, village. So now this, fortunately or coincidentally, this boy was having 1 rupee and this boy was having 7 rupees. He said, in case of both of them, leave that particular school that day, or if they are not allowed to attend next day, whole lecture right from 7 to 12:45, they miss out all the lectures. So this particular child was intelligent. He said, "Why do one thing? Take my 1 rupee, because definitely it's going to be very difficult for me to get 7 boys or 7 students who will give 1 rupee to me." As it is, that time the pocket expenditure of money also was even very less in the village. Okay, fortunately they were having this 1 into 7. So now he gave, and he was hesitant to take it. Because he said that we'll go together out. Okay, but then he actually insisted, he convinced that if you remain inside, you will at least study or copy on the notes and you can come out and teach me. Because both were intelligent, they are toppers of the school, you can say. So he agreed to it. He went to school and paid the fees. He got, that means here, he got stability by giving 1 rupee and he got stability by giving. And how he got stability in reversal manner, that after some time, next day, this boy explained him all the processes or all the lectures. Question लिख के लाए। Answer लिखा है कि जैसे question लिखा है। ये लिखा है। So don't do this, otherwise 3 times you do right. You get? This is something which is very important. That some people they believe in losing and some people they believe in. So what are the conditions for this bond formation? One should have low ionization enthalpy, large atomic size, other should have a small atomic size. One should have very few valence electrons, other should have many electrons. Right? Okay. At the same time, these elements are of the first group and second group elements, and these are 17 and 16 group elements. Remember, अगर 15 group elements रहेगा तो वो covalent bond not करेगा because they are not friend taking. These 16 and 17 group elements are good acceptors of electrons, and 1 and 2 are good donors of electrons. They are good reducing agents. Okay, right now that will discuss about the remaining part. क्या लिखना है आपको? यहाँ से लिखना शुरू इधर से यहाँ से चाहिए, ठीक है? All these things. Then come back to this Lewis principle. Lewis principle. Particular part formation after use. Column 1, part 1, column 2, column 3. Column 4. एक पे वो चाहिए पूरा इधर तक ये आप कैसे prepare writing. Who was the Simple to simple doesn't mean that it's part of the platform. Just the element is simple with the balance and doesn't mean that it will take part of the which were writing the electronic shells to be balanced. This is much more simplified structure of otherwise first shell, K shell, L shell. More tedious job. So Lewis make instead of taking, for example, shells, we took, for example, the electrons present in the valence shell. So the valence shell only will take part in the chemical reaction or penultimate. Penultimate why? Because the variable balance. Like some people are having only one bank account, some people are having two. So when they have two, they can have variable amount of money withdrawal or deposit. They can एक ही बैंक account लाइफ किसी का पांच बैंक अकाउंट मतलब ना अमाउंट जो ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं वेरिएबल वैसे पेनल्टीमेंट शेल से जो इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालेंगे तो क्या होगा एज वेल एज आउटर मोस्ट शेल क्या होगा इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कमिंग आउट फ्रॉम केमिकल रिएक्शन आर वेरिएबल जैसे copper can show two valences +1 and +2 whereas you can show +2 and ferric can show +3 iron can show two valences whereas next time you will not be sitting over here and be at home straight. Then good thing that you will be having because writing practice should be there. क्या नाम है तुम्हारा? कृष्णा कृष्ण तुम इधर बैठो ये ना एकदम करके ला रहे हो तुम नहीं क्वेश्चन wasting time in writing the question. Let's take some more examples of this ionic bond. Formation of two compounds which they have given in your syllabus. One is calcium oxide, second is magnesium oxide. But one should be here very much clear in the mind that one should be metal, other should be oxide. One should be capable of losing, other should be capable of accepting. That's very important point. Again, let us understand this formation of ionic bonds and what are the properties of ionic compounds. Okay, let's see the formation of. Now, all of you concentrate on this formation of. First is calcium oxide. Calcium oxide, what is the formula? CaO. Calcium has got, for example, atomic number 18. Sorry, 20. 2 8 8. It's got 2 electrons in the valence shell. Okay? It actually what approaches oxygen. Oxygen has got 6 electrons. It requires 2 more electrons to complete its octet. Right? Huh? So what it does? Calcium is a metal and oxygen is a non-metal. क्या करेंगे ये? Calcium of the 2 electron इसको दे देंगे. When it gives, for example, 2 electrons, this calcium becomes positively charged. Yes or no? Yes. And oxygen takes that electron, and due to this, calcium acquires 288 inert gas configuration of what? Argon. Okay, whereas oxygen has got, for example, okay, 6 electrons of its own and 2 electrons, okay, of for example, calcium. It has taken, so let us say right, this particular thing has not, then you can differentiate between the electrons of calcium and electrons of oxygen, and this gets a negative charge. Why? Number of protons in oxygen are actually what is this 8, but now you are getting what 8. That means here the electrons have become what 10, and protons are actually what 8 to negative charge create. यहाँ पे क्या है? Either for example protons are actually what 20, but electrons are what 18 only. Yes or no? Plus 2 charge either create. Yes. Okay, positive and negative charge. So one can say there is a force of attraction, calcium and oxygen. But this calcium is having low ionization enthalpy, oxygen is having high ionization. Likewise, you have to do it. You have to come. One student will come over here and do the structure of magnesium chloride. एक student इधर आएगा, ठीक है? अभी नहीं, पहले अपने books में करो. इधर पहले first we do this calcium oxide. One student will come over here. Do the formation of magnesium chloride. Go. This is right. Yes. ये presentation बराबर दिखाएगा presentation right answer or some mistake. What is that? No. How do you modify this? Make it correct. This is the better presentation here. It's moving on the either side. So that when you're writing two here, we are not able to show the electrons actually what transference. Hey, but this is we are not supposed to go over it. Here we know. It's not sharing transference. Anybody else? Representation. Yeah, how I have represented. I have represented separately. Okay. So same with chlorine को भी separately आपको transfer करना है. That is complete. negative prime was equal one. Let's say it doesn't. Not consider dash picture. Overall, and you know that they wants to do. And also Bilal, both of them. Chalo, karo. इलेक्ट्रॉन किधर है एक्सपेक्टेड का इलेक्ट्रॉन के बाद दो ही इलेक्ट्रॉन to see it. What is there or not? Plus color is here. What is there? So why are you writing plus sign over? Have I written plus sign over here? Attraction show. This structure I think is much more better. Here you can write, for example, 2Cl. Or here, for example, here. Okay. If you are having a solution of -1 or -2, you can do one thing. Okay. Second line, again, same way. Yes or no? Yes. You know, because you have to represent this way, and therefore, what is the electronic? This is the electronic configuration. You get magnesium का 2,8 आना, like 2,8. यहाँ पे 2,8. Anyway, this particular part has to be represented in the scattered manner, spread out manner. Okay, right on this magnesium chloride. This. Okay, here it is an inert gas configuration of what? Neon. This is an inert gas configuration of alkali. If alkali is stable, Cl minus is stable, and if neon is stable, then definitely Mg+2. And if all of them are stable, then it's what? The molecule is stable means what? All the individual ions are stable. One member in the family is stable, that means full family is stable. The full family is stable means all of them are stable. So if one is not well, the whole family undergoes a rupturing kind of, routine difference. Okay? If a family is stable, each and every individual member is stable. If you unstable, family unstable. So this is something ionic bond. What are the properties of ionic bond? Before we end up this lecture, okay, the first property is what? That these substances are in actually what normally the solid state. Plus these ions are so strong that these substances are hard. But same time, when you try to give a mechanical strain of this, positive and एक positive and दूसरे positive and के ऊपर आ जाता है, and therefore there is a repulsive force. So they become brittle also. Like when you want to break a rock salt, here you supply high amount. 22 plus 2,8. Either mu. Okay. Neon and alkyl. Okay. What are the properties of these ionic compounds? First property is what? They are very hard. Why they are hard? Because the forces of attraction are electrostatic, plus the forces of attraction are on all the sides. Okay. For example, if you see the crystal of NaCl, Na plus Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus. Na plus Cl. This crystal lattice, crystal form कर रहा है, इसमें अनगिनत, for example, non-directional kind of bond. There are forces of attraction on all the sides. Such type of bonds where forces of attraction on all the sides are called non-directional bonds. Non-directional bonds are actually what? Not rigid type of bond. Rigid in the sense the electrostatic forces को break करना, एक ही जगह पे break नहीं करना है, हर जगह break करना है, तब जाके आपका एक for example particles में spread out होते हैं. But here the energy required is high, therefore they are hard. But at the same time, when you rub them, ये positive ion के ऊपर आ जाएगा, तब repulsive forces develop, the bond break. Okay, so these kind of forces are basically hard, but what is important over here? At one point of time, they become brittle also. Okay, like अगर आपने rock salt लिया, beer है, आगे बोलो, back from city, घर में बैठ के बात, आगे, come here, pass, जल्दी आ, take your bag, go, and then next room you can check it. I know outside. Come. So stand up, both of you. Keep standing so that you will not fall. तुम इधर आ जाओ, बीच में जाओ. ठीक है ना? Stand up. Also, listen to it carefully. All of you. Last bench में जाके खड़े हो जाओ. बाहर पीछे. Because these people are not. Take your book also. My friend, जरा भी performance अगर down हुआ इस बार, ठीक है ना? Board exam, tough job. पूरा पढ़ना है. Performance there at top. All be topper. Okay, now look here. The objective mind में रखना है that you to really slog day in and day out because it's a board exam. It's a matter of joy and pride. Joy किसके लिए आपको और pride किसके लिए parents. He said, my child is able to get at board exam. Okay, he has reached to that stage. Now he is capable of giving board exam also. First, fifth standard, I used to take my child to the school. I used to write in the notes, the book. But now he is capable of writing his own homework. It's a matter of joy for me, and not only joy and pride for me, but also for my child. Remember? Okay, so look here. So it's a question of joy and pride जहाँ पे है, जहाँ पे अपना parents का respect stake पे लगा है, क्या पूरा मेहनत करते हैं. Remember, parents, not only parents, siblings, elder brothers, sisters का सब stake लगा है उसमें, मेहनत लगा है. ठीक है, उसको मत अपना ये base मत करो. Now look here, it's important over here. So some here ionic forces क्या होता है जब like forces repel, for example positive और positive आ गया, ये क्या होगा रिपल्शन हो. तो एक नमक का टुकड़ा एग्जैक्टली इक्वल ब्रेक नहीं होता है, एक छोटा रहेगा एक बड़ा रहेगा. Like why? Because these forces are very strong. Okay, so they are hard, but at the same time they are brittle also. Because anything which is actually what having forces in all the directions, they are called non-directional type of bond. So such type of bonds either be unevenly break हो सकता है solid. ठीक है? And due to this, they are hard and brittle at the same time. They have like for example, they are not good conductors of electricity in the solid state. Why? Positive ion and negative ion so held together, the electrons are not let free. Electrons के free करके देते ही नहीं. इसलिए they are non-conductors of electricity in the solid state. But जैसे आपने ये नमक का टुकड़ा पानी में डाला, पानी क्या करेगा? Water is a polar solvent. Polar ये ना उसके पास charges है. Immediately वो negative ion को खींचेगा. कौन सा? Hydrogen अपनी तरफ खींचेगा. Hydrogen ion. What is it? Drive this particular, attract this negative ion. And immediately negative ion will be surrounded by what? Slowly and steadily, all these positive ions will be surrounded by water molecules. Negative ions will be surrounded by water molecules. Yes or no? They will form what ions, and the ions are good conductors of electricity. Next, I will discuss about the electricity.
Yes, sir.
Sir, what is the homework? Okay, बता दीजिए.
Next time,